So here we are, it's week 3 of Project Balcony. This isn't what I called it last week, but I saw a really cool YouTube channel called Project Camp, which is somewhere in Portugal. They bought 10 hectares and they're trying to make a life that's sustainable, living off the land, etc. So very, very inspiring. So the purpose of this is to see if I can turn my 2 balconies. I have one, this is downstairs, and I have one upstairs, and there'll be a second feature on that, into some kind of edible balcony. So everything I'm growing here is what I want to eat, is stuff I love, and it's like I said, it's week 3 and it's kind of gone really, really well. So what I want to do is take you through each component of it and see how we're progressing. So this is a barbecue. I can't have a barbecue on here. I think I mentioned it last time round. You can have an electric one, but this is kind of, this is a massive charcoal barbecue. And I'm not a huge fan of barbecues, but this time of night the sun is shining in from the west as it's about to set. That's when it gets most of the sun. But if we look at compared to last week, trying to stay out of the shadow here, we have the potato plant starting to flower. I've planted some garlic here as well, and there's also some horseradish in there too, but the jury's out on that. This is arugula. If you go back to last week's video, this has come on in leaps and bounds in no time at all. So next, if we look down to the spinach has almost doubled in size in less than a week. It's remarkable. I've got the sun behind me, so maybe the picture isn't too great, but this should be lettuce. I actually decided to plant some cucumbers in here, but there is some growth in here somewhere. I can't see it right now, but something sprouted, and it's taken its sweet time, but all in good time. Patience is the key now. Here we are with the oregano. Compared to last week, this is, I don't want to say doubled, but very, very much grown. We got the chives, again flourishing, and the dill. The dill is kind of like just going wild, crazy. Next, we have the thyme, and this is kind of spreading out and doing its own thing. But I think, like all of these, they're very close to the first cultivation, so I can start making some dried herbs or using them as fresh herbs in cooking. This is, to get down, Vietnamese coriander. Now this one is kind of really grown, got very, very tall. And just in the last week, it's kind of really, really taken off. The rosemary, it seems to be, it's one of those things that you don't really notice it grow, but it is, because it's keeping its same height with the Vietnamese coriander, but maybe it's just thickening, I don't know. Parsley, that's really, really taken off. Again, I'm going to have to start cultivating that, start using it in some cooking, which was the intention of this whole project. And the next thing, basil. I don't know, it seems like something came in here in the night and did a little bit of damage to it, so I cut it back, and I'm not watering it as much as I was, and it's starting to take off, and that might be because it's starting to get warmer now. It's now June the 6th, so I think it prefers warmer conditions in order to be able to grow. And then we have the coriander. Now coriander is definitely in need of cultivating, but everything now is like, it's funny, throughout the day, in the morning everything leans to the left, at night time it all pushes to the right, and then when I wake up in the morning it centralizes and everything is looking good. A little bit wilted, but like waiting for the sun, I guess, for the coming day. So this is ginger. You can see there's something coming up there. I'd have no idea what that is. I'm too novice to know that. And every single seedling that comes up always has 2 little leaves, so who knows what that's going to grow into, but something's going on in this pot. Next is cucamelons. Now this is interesting. Yesterday I trained it to go into this pole here, and when I woke up this morning it's wrapped itself around it 3 times, and even now these tendrils that go out and, you know, seek somewhere to cling onto so that the plant can grow. This is starting to really take effect, and I think again it's to do with the fact that we're in the first week of June, things are getting warmer, and things should hopefully start thriving. So here we go, tomato plant. This one is growing nicely, taking its time, but it's progressing compared to what it was last week. And then I have this huge planter. I found it downstairs. It's part of the common property, but I spoke to the person who used to have it before, and they said they're happy for me to have it, and I've got 2 more that I'm going to incorporate upstairs as well as downstairs. So in here I put parsnips. That's going to be a longer process, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to having some parsnips for winter. Next, trying to get out the sun again. This is tomatoes. This one is really flourishing. It's flowering in many places. You can see. So maybe we'll have some tomatoes in the next couple of weeks. Next we have, hold on, I need to grab my little step up here. Strawberries. So there's some really good ones. Some of them look a little bit deformed. This one is really, look at that. And there's this one starting to poke its out. It just always reminds me of it's not the Rocky Horror Show, but it's those plants that grew in this like food boo. So, and then we have some lettuce that's starting to flourish. There's a couple of seeds in here that I haven't taken, but I don't know. Just let nature do its thing. This is the edible flowers. So let's see if we can zero in on. So you can see there's some color in this bud that's starting to come out. This is probably the most advanced. I don't know if it's a little bit blurry there. The best one is, where is it? This one. Look, it's hiding behind a leaf. Almost shy, but that one is going to come out really soon in the next couple of days. This has really taken off since I planted it just a week ago, and it's a carousel of edible flowers. Can't wait to pluck those and see what they taste like. Next, we're going to move on to the peppers. So 3 star peppers again, El Jefe, orange marmalade, and Thai dragon. This is starting to wilt, which is a good sign. So hopefully it will start pushing out one of the peppers at some point in the near future. Again, we have a flower here. See it come out a little bit. But I don't know. There's lots of buds coming up from different plants as well. So each one has about 5 or 6 potential peppers, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to go down to marjoram and tarragon. These are doubled in size in less than a week. 2 of my favorite herbs. Now this one is a new one I put in. This is just going to be leafy salads. Probably be a couple of weeks before we start even seeing any progress here, but we'll see. All right, almost done. Peas. I don't know. These two are flourishing, and then we have these two sad. They are growing there. As you can see, they are sending out tendrils. I'm going to have to train them, and I want to grow this so it goes up here, but I don't know. Maybe it wasn't the right idea to put them in hanging baskets. Maybe they should have been, you know, with a trellis and growing upwards rather than downwards, but we'll see. And then lastly, these tumbler tomatoes. You can see they are starting to tumble. So they're coming along nicely. I'm going to remove the suckers that appear in order to be able to, you know, promote it for growing them. We have some flowers coming into here. So yeah, this is my project balcony with all these baskets, planters, and everything I intend to eat. And if I can't eat, I want somebody else to eat, so nothing goes to waste. So there we are, week 3. Let's see what week 4 brings.